Well, hello YouTube. In this tutorial we're gonna learn how to write file in C. I promise it will be very simple. So first thing first is to create file pointer. We're gonna type file. Why uppercase file? Because this is actually part of C. So I'm not inventing this keyword, it is part of C. So file must be uppercase, okay? And now just as when you're creating normal pointer, you're gonna use star and we're gonna give it the name FP or file pointer or whatever you like, file handle, something like that. Most of the people use FP here because it's boring to think about long names for stuff. And now we are going to create some string that will be written to file. That will be bunch of characters tied together, and we're gonna call it, for example, write this line. So this will be just a string, for example, up to 100 characters. And string as strings we're gonna use double quotes because we must use double quotes when we are working with strings in C. So this is some longer line to be written to what? Written 1T or 2T, I don't know, to file. Okay, so this is just a string and dot to respect grammatical rules. Right, now we need to open file. This is just a pointer, and now we need to open file with that pointer. So we're gonna say fp, and now we are using fopen method, actually function in C. We must be very precise in C and other programming languages what kind of mode of operation we are using here. So when we are writing, we're gonna use W, and first of all, what is the name of that file? Target lowercase this line file .txt, and mode will be W, which means write. We're gonna write into file. Is this correct way of saying W for this symbol? I'm sorry, I'm not native English speaker, so sometimes it's hard for me. Anyway, see this target file? Actually, we don't have it at the moment in a place where our C tutorial resides, which is main file. So we don't have anything with the txt as extension. Okay, so that's cool. Right. Now we need to check, can we actually open that? So this is preparation and this is preparation, and now we need to check, is this successful? Is this pointer basically working? So how we are going to do that? Well, we're gonna use if check, and we will say if fp equals null, that means that this operation, if it returned null, that means that we cannot open for some reason that textual file. Okay, so this is basically error check, very rudimentary, but it's working. Okay, in that case, if something goes bad, we will just print in our DOS, for example, unable to open file for writing. I don't know how to type these days, and we will go to next line, right? Okay, so this is in case that something is bad happening, but inside else, I can type it also here, else, or down there, I don't know what you prefer more. We're gonna go to actually successful operation, writing operation. First, we will print something into our console, just to have some visual confirmation, and we will say file opened. File opened. Let's go to next line, and now actually here we're gonna have another if check because we are checking if there is some content here. Is this does this really exist? So we're gonna use strlen function to do that. Inside the if check, we're gonna say strlen. Okay, see, we do have it in a down there in a listing. Okay, and as a target we are going to pass that string down there because we are checking does this thing holds any weight to it. Okay, so this is a target. Now if that thing is bigger than 0, then we will actually write our primary line, primary string inside with the help of fputs And if you remember from previous tutorials, puts is used generally to put stuff on a screen, but fputs means we are working with real files, so fputs must be used. Fputs must be that new method, that new function we are learning. Okay, so first thing here, we need to provide two arguments, two parameters here. What is a target that we are grabbing? So that is this line. Write this line. We're gonna put it as a first parameter. And another thing is actually that target, which is file pointer. Okay, so this file pointer represents this file in this case. Okay, so this is individual instruction, so we're gonna close it at the semicolon. Okay, if this thing is successful, we can, without any kind of problem, close our file with fclose. We don't need to provide here, actually we do have to provide that file pointer as a target here. And also, to have some confirmation on screen, we can also say printf in our DOS terminal, or whatever it is named these days, data sucs y, I forget C here, written to file, and let's go to next line, and yeah, we can just say file closed. So printf file closed. Okay, and the return 0, that's the classic stuff. Let's leave it here with a little bit of space. Now, maybe this code looks dirty, but if you're into code block, for example, you can press Ctrl A on a keyboard and right click and format using A style. And now it's kind of cleaner. Okay, now it's kind of cleaner. So, right, let me check one more time. There is nothing with extension.txt here. So we're just going to run this thing and hopefully file will be created. So file opened, everything is cool with pointer, data successfully written to file, and file closed. Now, in most of programming languages, we must close file because otherwise there is a great chance that you will not see anything there. So let's check that. And really there is a target file.txt here. So let's just open it, and this is some long line to be written to file. So this thing basically works. Let me delete this target file, and we can choose some other name, for example, some file. Again, we can test this, and again, same confirmation. And where is my, there you go, some file.txt. Again, we have a line there. So that's cool. Okay, and let me go through all these lines one more time, but I need to wait because someone is using water down there, so you are probably hearing that in the mic. Just a second. Okay, I think they're stopped. So this is a file pointer creation. It's some kind of handle. This is a target. This is a real stuff. This is first usage of that pointer. Fopen, with that function, we're gonna open that file in a writing to it mode. This is a place where we are doing checks if something is wrong with this. With equals null, we are printing that information to us, and if everything is fine, we are putting that into else block of code, stating in a console that everything is fine. We are using strlen method function to check that this string actually exists, that it does have some kind of content, and then with fputs function we are writing that string to file pointer, which is handle, and then we are closing that file pointer, and everything is fine. After that we have 2 lines of confirmation on a screen. So that's it, guys. Now you can practice, for example, using some kind of constant with const or define right here, and you can have some kind of like headers and stuff after all these confirmation lines. before them and after them, but I'm gonna leave that exercise to you to practice a little bit. I can do that right here, but you can, try that on your own, or if you're lazy like me, you can just skip stuff and yeah. So thank you for watching, for support and subscription, and see you next tutorial. See you there. Ciao.